Okay, so, with a bit of time travel magic, we've got all the side quests done. Which I guess we did show on camera. Anyway, so
You
this
just
time
forgot
around,
to hang them in.
I feel a little guilty for this, but I think we're gonna cheese it. Last time we picked number 1. You will march on Vendrien Wall Citadel together or not at all. That didn't work for anybody. So I'm just gonna go with the disfavored. We'll skip that whole rigmarole.
You honor us, as I knew you would. You have made the right choice. The disfavored have stood at the forefront of battle since the first days of the war, and now we have the honor of winning this final battle.
Graven Ash salutes you, his fist striking his breastplate with a thunderous clatter.
Our beloved chorus. We have.
All right, so it's the exact same thing again. So we can just skip past all of this.
Or they smack each other.
Yes. So, according to him,
Kairos' word. This means just old soldier reflexes. Couldn't be sure. Yes. And instead of having false ally, what
Did you already
Okay.
record all this?
Of secrets left behind would
yeah,
have
we've already done this. Remember, this is where.
Yes, but did you record it for the audience to see in here?
Yeah, we had recorded all of this. Remember, we finished.
It's going to be in the episodes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember, we had the whole discussion about what to do with verse.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Okay, and Barrack's uncomfortable.
Nothing at present, Archon. Forgive the interruption.
Okay, so anyway, they're trying to figure out what to do with verse. We say verses with me.
But let's look. I'm surprised that you're still here. Draw your weapon. Agreed. She can't be allowed to live. Or let verse go. Save your fury for the battlefield. I won't stand by another violation of the blue flag. Oh, that's like Graven, the Ashes flag.
Yeah, but that would make verse leave. I'm gonna say verses with me.
You would harbor the Archon's henchmen in your company? This is aiding and abetting the voices of Narat. I cannot stand for it.
I would think you'd want lore 41.
Okay, lore 41.
Because you chose subterfuge last time and he just laughed at that.
Yeah, it is one of those where I also need more lore experience, and it's a lot harder to train that. So she can't tell us about the Scarlet Chorus or the voices of Narat if she's dead.
You would twist her loyalties from the chorus to yourself? A fool's hope if ever I heard one. Safer to leave her hanging by a gibbet or rotting in the pillory for the Legion's amusement. But I can tell that you won't be swayed. You are playing a dangerous game, Binder. If you wish to hold a venomous serpent so close, I will allow you your own self-destruction. Now leave me. When you are ready to join the assault, speak to the Iron Marshal.
Okay.
So that would be Arenos, and she's walking out right now.
Yes. Clipping her face through each and every one of us. Very specifically.
Now,
okay, so now we progress.
I think you need to talk with your compatriots before we do anything else. You haven't learned anything about them, much less what verse actually thinks
I will
of
admit,
you.
in games, I actually very rarely will ever talk to anybody. But let's talk to verse.
Couldn't help but notice how you were eyeballing the disfavored symbol littered about camp.
It's hardly a symbol, just a scrawl. The other ones just switch it.
That's true, but it used to be the pride of Graven Ash's Legion before Kairos made them deface it.
What happened?
Word has it that Ash has been under more scrutiny than the other Archons, seeing as how he took a stand against Kairos in the past. Whoa, what was that?
Let's
look. Let's look. What happened? Before he bent the knee to Kairos, Graven Ash rallied his legions against the Overlord's authority. His prowess in the battlefield was ingratiating him to the Archons, who welcomed him into their ranks in exchange for his obedience. Oh, so he was conquered. He wasn't an original ally or loyal subject of Kairos.
Yep. That's fine, though.
Even though he bent the knee in the end, that doesn't place him above suspicion. Kairos and the other Archons keep him on a tight leash. Ash's troops impressed the growing empire, but Kairos made them sacrifice everything they were up to the point Ash surrendered. They'd been disfavored ever since, and fighting to earn back their honor. I guess that's why you don't cross the Overlord. Kairos holds a grudge with a mean, jealous streak.
Actually, I have other questions.
Go on, then. Verse nods.
What do you need?
Let's see.
So you can ask her if she's a spy. Also, my nose is...
Itchy?
No, it's clogged up for the first time.
Oh.
I actually had an issue voicing her lines earlier because there was like a bubble in the back of my throat.
Ooh, okay. Let's start with number 1 and go down the list. Are you a spy for the voices of Nerat?
Verse regards you with an unreadable expression. Her mismatched eyes look at each of yours in turn. Verse loyalty 3. I was. And to be perfectly fair, I think I've been more or less transparent about it. But that doesn't change anything about why I chose to travel with you. If I didn't want to, I'd just leave.
What do the voices want to know?
He never told me. He just said to keep an eye on you. But there was an implication that I'd have an opportunity to report in. As if I would have. More likely, he would have stolen my mind and learned everything I knew, just to make sure I didn't leave anything out. So if you have any reservations about my discretion, keep that in mind.
Well, you were just doing your job. No harm. Extra loyalty.
Well, I'm grateful that we don't have to make a big deal about it and waste our time wondering if we can ever trust each other again. Honestly, it's refreshing.
Tell me something about yourself.
Yeah, if you insist. I'm a Scarlet Fury. That should raise some flags for you. It means that I'm good at killing, and more importantly, that I enjoy it. What I won't enjoy are the pleasures of funerary rites packed with weeping mourners. Someday I'll fall in battle, and then they'll roll me into a mass grave or heap me atop a shit-stained wagon. One more anonymous, knife-riddled piece of meat. Until then, I plan to take whatever I can from life and have a little fun along the way.
So only half the lines are actually voice acted?
Yeah.
I find that really peculiar.
Yeah, backstory stuff probably is.
Oh, I know why. Because at this point, what, Verse wouldn't have been allowed to live and the lines before wouldn't have been recorded? Or
I wouldn't be surprised if, like, stuff that... Okay, so that, for example, doesn't change based on plot decisions. That's easy to pre-record. The other one, it's too many branches. That's too much to record. So they kind of have to pick and choose.
Well, isn't there just a... never mind.
Anyway.
I don't see how a couple more lines would have mattered.
Yeah. Well, how did you get conscripted?
How did I? I think you have the wrong idea about me. The Corps didn't take me as a sobbing maid. I strode into their camp and enlisted. Someone tossed me a dented blade. I lived through the initiation, spent a week butchering my neighbors, and then moved on with a new skin. Well, new kid.
My new kin.
My new kid. Sorry. With the dark, it's sometimes hard to read white letters on black backgrounds.
And you always make fun of me for reading wrong.
Sorry.
I'm just saying, it's harder than you think it is.
is.
Everybody always like, read slower if you're going to flub your words like that. And I'm like, the problem is I literally read too fast and my mouth is just trying to catch up.
Blah, 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 blah. I didn't waste my time with goodbyes. My mother had long since died, and the rest of my family were louses. The girl I used to be, even she knew that she was worth more than all of them combined.
Do you even care about the rest of this stuff?
What's the significance of feathers?
Okay.
Why don't we ask? First loyalty to you. We are getting awfully chummy, so I guess you deserve a story. My mother kept a messenger bird, Witterbeak. He was an angry old bastard, spoiled from living the high life, squawked in my window every single night, pecked my fingers while I fed him only the fattest, juiciest mice. Then I left the farm to join the Scarlet Chorus. I wrung that ungrateful little effer like a dish rag, plucked his feathers, and gave his carcass to the mice. It felt like justice. She slides a crimson feather from her hair and spins it in her fingers. I also like how the feathers catch the breeze. Helps me keep my balance, especially when I'm moving fast. She slips the feathers among the others and smooths it back.
Huh. So that's not a mohawk. Alright, farewell. So it doesn't look like she has a whole lot.
You didn't want to ask about Kairos'... Why don't we talk to Barrick? I want to find out about the
You look as if you have
storm
something
thing.
on your mind. By all means.
Placing his weapon to his side, Beric salutes you. The joints of his armor groan in protest. What's his loyalty at, out of curiosity? Only one, so I'm not going to get too pressing here.
What can I do for you?
Let's do that. I'd like to know more about you.
Yeah, sure. I'm the line your enemies cannot cross. All other details are meaningless, but I suspect you have some thirst for details, so ask away.
Tell me about your name.
Yeah, tell me about your name. Beric is a shortening of my northern surname, which has been passed down through generations since Graven Ash assembled his army. I go by it because I wear it with pride. The proper form is Bericonan. Beyond its age and association with the General's Legion, the name of Bericonan has no great titles or associations. I hold no claim to a great house or legacy, save for the disfavored. They are all the kin I need. Okay. So I'm going to admit something I read
What's the story of your
in one
armor?
of the reviews. That's totally higher loyalty. Let's ask about it later. One of the complaints in the reviews was that the supporting cast gets very little character development comparatively.
But I wouldn't know about his armor.
And so we'll talk about that.
Let's talk to Sage Dude then.
Oh, Kim? Okay. What's his loyalty? Yeah, not very high.
Really? Go back to it.
It's only one. Like, part of the reason why I don't want to talk to them is I kind of want to pace it out a little bit more.
Oh, you're 87% of the way to tier 2. I
Yeah,
see.
so with her, she's up at loyalty 3. The rest, not so much so. Anyway, Lantry stops his stride, darting his hands about his bandolier and belt as he softly mouths off a mental inventory of his inks and quills. When at last assured his possessions are in place, he looks at you with a smile. What might I do for you?
If you're going to be traveling with me, I need to know more about you. Come on.
Sure. Let's do that. An understandable request. Let's see. Born and sundered, no kids, what few belongings of fatherly love I got in my heart I've got in my heart are satisfied by taking care of carrier birds. Learned my sigils and spells about 30 years back, and being able to defend myself has opened a life of field study, and haven't grown tired of the wandering just yet.
Of carrier birds versus like, I'll kill them all. I'm kidding.
I've written on all manner of subjects, magic, birds, language, geometry, but my main focus has been chronicling. I find there's no finer pursuit than recording the events of our times. There will always be legends of what happened. Someone ought to be making note of the real thing. Aside from that, I don't know. I practice centering stance, draw portraits, make my own inks, and have a sharp aversion to autobiography. I'm about as boring as watching coral grow.
Yeah, how'd you wind up in Vendrien's well?
Sure. Okay, one second. When the Vellum Citadel was set aflame by Kairos' edict,
Ha, that was your doing.
I fled as fast as my knees would carry me. Every direction seemed like a bad idea, but heading to Vendrien's well seemed like the least suicidal option. Mind you, I was laboring under the misconception that the Vendrien Guard had surrendered, and the fighting in the valley had stopped. Looking first at his left arm, then his right, he reads through the assorted notes inked across his skin. Ah, yes, 7th of sparring. That's when I crossed the mountains. That would be 3 days after the Vendrien Guard jettisoned their surrender and claimed the citadel in the valley. The Vendrien Guard nabbed me and several other sages moving through the valley. The other sages were sympathetic to the Vendrien Guard. As for me... Ah, shit. Wait 1 second. I can scroll for this. Okay. As for me, I just agreed so as to not get everyone killed. I think defying the Overlord is a really slow and stupid form of suicide. Tell me about your work with the Oathbreakers. The Vendrien Guard has several noble-born in their ranks, and they know their letters. Problem is, they've come from nobles' houses scattered across the realms, each with their own private script. That's where the sages and I come in. Between us, we're familiar enough with all the regional scripts to translate and coordinate.
Oh, that's interesting. They have different ways to write the same language.
Yeah, but translating is child's play, so I might have helped out a bit more. The old citadel at the center of the valley is a crumbling affair, and there is no time for proper construction. Seemed a crime not to put my magic to work.
So he has inside data on what's going on in the Citadel that we're trying to destroy. But I don't know if we have enough loyalty with him to ask.
Okay, well, I'll ask anyway. What did you learn of their plans during your time there? It won't surprise you to know that their strategy is largely non-existent. They cling to the hope that their example will inspire others in the tiers to come to the valley and join the cause. The recent inaction between the Archons has emboldened them. Some even think the Archons fear the Vendrien Guard. I'm sure they have it quite wrong. Let's see.
Do you want to do any of the other ones? What can you...
I don't know. How'd you end up a prisoner of the chorus? I had to send some missives that meant getting into a clearing where my terns and doves might find me. The patrol with me was ambushed by the Scarlet Chorus. I tried to flee the scene, but some youngster tackled me, and, well, out of one fire into another. That's been a running theme this year. Alright, that's enough. Indeed. Finite appetite for discussing myself, and I'm more than sated. Let us press onward. Okay. Let's get going. I want to do this assault. Actually, no, hold on.
Well, let's look into what quests we have.
We don't have any quests left.
Really?
Assault on the Citadel, that's it.
That's it?
We're actually going to take a detour here. So I've been talking to Sebastian SB. Keith? It is? Oh, wait, no, it's F6.
Do you have enough skill to climb that wall?
I have no idea, but Keith was like, did the time limit matter to you at all? And I was like, nah, not really. Like, it seemed, oh, it's currently inaccessible. Well, that sucks. All right. I was hoping that I'd be able to go back to that initial place and go get that treasure chest. Looks like that's not the case. Oh, well. But yeah, we have more than enough time for it. Maybe we can come back for it. That'd be nice. Anyway, let's talk to Arenos.
Iron Marshal Arenos. The time is upon us. Iron Marshal Arenos nods at you with a serene smile. We march on Vendrien's well to show the Tearsmen the price of insurrection. She looks in either direction, surveying the movement of ironclad warriors readying for battle. Kairos' edict will soon come to bear, and we should move at once, Fatebinder, if you're willing. I could use your assistance. We are a tight-knit band, and while we are not outclassed, we are outnumbered. Will you march to battle with us? Okay, so you can say that you can join her. I'll join you for the battle even if we have to spill chorus blood, or what of the chorus? Will you ask me to fight them as well? So...
yeah, let's do number 3. I mean, I don't mind 2 either.
So that's saying that you want to spill chorus blood. And
yeah,
the
I
third
just
one
know
is...
that would make verse grumpy. Let's do, what are the Scarlet Chorus? Will you ask me to fight them as well?
Iron Marshal Arenos. It offends us to violate Kairos' peace, but the voices of Narat is a gangrenous?
Yeah, gangrene.
Oh, so it's like if you have gangrene.
Yeah.
Is a gangrenous limb, the sort of malady that, if tolerated, destroys from within. She shakes her head, lowering her gaze. So yes, if the chorus stands between us and our goal, and I'm certain they will, we will have to draw blood.
I don't know, 1 or 2 both work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll join you for this battle, but I'm not amused by this little fight between armies.
Iron Marshal Arenos. The Overlord brings peace. This sort of disorder runs against the harmony Kairos gives us. We will answer for our actions in due time, but for now, our survival hinges on taking Ascension Hall. Killing the Scarlet Chorus is self-defense, by any measure. Our forces are assembling as we speak. We will meet you at the Citadel. Graven Ash protects. She offers a firm salute, then turns to her troops. Quest updated.
Okay, so now we leave.
Meet the disfavored at the Citadel.
Yeah, so we don't have any more side quests. We don't have any more merchants to talk to. We've done everything that we can to prep for this. Save for going back and getting that one treasure chest.
It makes me wonder how much more of the game there is. There has to be more than just attacking the Citadel.
I heard there was a lot more. This game takes about 26 hours to complete.
Not bad.
Yeah. A little bit more, a little bit less, kind of varies based on...
I wish they used different load screens for different locations.
I think once we get out of this initial chapter, act, whatever you want to call it, we'll have new ones. I think just right now, this is the Citadel. Remember how there's that...
Iron Wall of Woman. Must be the Iron Marshal.
Okay, before... Oh, nope.
Oh, looks like the Earthbinders are trying to work their magic to bring down the wall.
Yep.
But they have mages on the other side doing something.
Well, it looks like they're nibbling on scrolls.
I know, which is funny. Iron Marshal Arenos. Fatebinder, come this way. The Iron Marshal welcomes you with a clattering salute. The enemy left only a pittance of soldiers to slow our advance. The majority of their warriors are holed up within the Citadel. No use trying to lure them out. We have to bring the fight inside. That wall, she points north, is where the Earthshakers are focusing their magic. They cannot afford to be imprecise with their tremor sigils, with the spire so close, and we will need to contend with the Defender's mages if we are to crack the perimeter.
Alright. What did the Scarlet Chorus?
I'm wondering that myself. We got here first, no surprise, given how long it takes to get that disorganized mob to go anywhere. Make no mistake, I'm certain they'll descend upon us as soon and complicate our dance. They call the battle a dance. Interesting. Graven Ash has authorized us to defend ourselves should any choirman obstruct or impede the taking of Ascension Hall. It may mean having enemies at all sides, but the chorus are hardly a worthy enemy. The best they can do is delay us, but with the edict looming, stalling us is a threat enough.
Let's see, how can I help?
The enemy sages are working some sort of protective magic that's keeping the wall held together. I need you to silence this resistance. Head east and secure a way over the wall. My troops aren't dressed for scaling. Kill the sages, and the Earthshakers will clear the way, and we'll meet you inside. Now go with the glory of Kairos. If you are wounded in battle, come see me. Oh, so she's gonna act as some sort of healer, too?
Let's see if I can get healed immediately. Like to rest before continuing. Yes.
The 8 hours?
That's fine. We've
Okay.
got plenty of time.
And now it is nightfall.
Yeah, but... Oh. Shoot.
Shoot what?
Combat start. On verse? Oh. It's this guy.
No, it's...
It's this guy.
Yeah, the Vendrians wear blue. And the people that were allied with the disfavored, they have sort of more of an indigo purple.
Yep. I'm gonna have everybody... We're just gonna focus fire here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Do we... Can I do this? Yes. Okay.
Well, you already got him down.
Everybody go for this one. Yeah, luckily we've got distractions helping us here. So that makes this a hell of a lot easier.
You mean, other soldiers as meat shields?
Yeah, the disfavored are welcome given the situation. Okay, let's do this. Might as well help out a little bit.
You know, I almost wonder who chose what faction. Like, in general. You know how in, oh, what was it? In the various Telltale games, they actually had statistics at end of chapters to show what choices people made. I'm really wondering how many of the players chose the disfavored over the Scarlet Chorus and vice versa.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently the different playthroughs of this game are actually fairly, like, disparate. Like, playing it in different ways actually does...
Well, also...
change the outcome.
Your initial setup...
Yeah, oh yeah.
...was...
like
a very short but very influential thing that we
she has something to say.
How did you do that? Verse looks at you with a quizzical expression.
Do what?
Back in the Archon's war tent, you cast an edict that casually is reading a supply shipment. How did you do that?
Well, I've done it before.
You cast the Edict of Fire on the Vellum Citadel. I heard about it. How Kairos' anger raised a volcano from under the sage's own fortress. That was some impressive work.
Conquest, that was me all right.
Well, call me impressed. Considering that you've read the words of Kairos more than once, I'm surprised that you're even alive to tell of it. Your vocal cords should have turned to ash by now. I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable. It's just worth recognizing what you've done. Not only are you Tunon's Fatebinder, you're the mouthpiece of the Overlord. Gives me plenty of reason to stick around. You're going places, and I want to see where they lead.
That's enough for now. Okay, so we have to keep a watch out. You help me with this.
Yeah?
If these are ever white instead of gold, that means they have something specific to say.
Okay.
Yes. Alright, we've got some traps. Let's see, we've got some loot. I'm probably going to explore the outside of the wall before we go in. Just because. It always is kind of a good idea to...
Well, I thought you
see
were
what
the
I
one
can
that was
find.
going to have to scale it.
Well, yeah, but we don't have to do it immediately. It's not like there's actually a time limit worth worrying about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh. Didn't realize I'd missed this. Okay, you. Okay, she's not engaged. We might as well drop this in. Okay, is this guy still dead? No. Still alive? The answer, he is. Not for long, though. Yeah, this is why I'm out here, because I wanna maximize the sheer amount of combat that we go through in this game. Mm-hmm. The more combat we do. Oh wow, this is a small map.
Well, I mean, it's just the initial part of the battlefield. You guys went over it anyway.
Yep. It's okay. We didn't take too much damage, though we should probably use quickening on him. Didn't realize he took so many hits. There we go. Okay. You need to back off. There we go. Yeah, can't have our
spellcaster, healer.
Yeah, well, mainly I don't want to accrue any wounds. I'm kind of a cheap bastard when it comes to games and like healing items. Like I'm famously stingy in some things, and I will like avoid using stuff for as long as possible if I can avoid it. So very specifically, I will what am I thinking?
It's interesting how long these soldiers are holding up, considering there's, what, 4-on-1?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a common game thing. Here, let's bring her up here and go for him. It's... Okay. Yeah, we're having weird pathing issues because we're at the edge of the map. So the characters can't get around even if there's totally room. Oh well. But yeah, so like I will not. Oh crap! Trap detected. You know, do I not have auto pause for trap detected? I'll turn on auto pause for traps. Are you serious?
I think there is one for traps.
That's hilarious. There's one for everything but traps. Oh, here it is. Hidden object found.
Hidden object.
Okay.
Oh, I think you had turned that off because you didn't like how every single box that we ran into just...
It's kind of annoying, but there aren't that many hidden objects. Holy crap.
That's a lot of nice ones.
I'm glad that there's a hidden object found being a auto pause. That'll make this easier. Okay, but this way I won't accidentally keep running over traps like I have been, because that's inconvenient. But yeah, no, if
anything in those boxes? Nah. Also, just enemies up ahead.
Yeah, that's okay. If this game did better on my channel, I'd actually consider doing multiple playthroughs, probably on my own without you, and I'd skip through like a lot of the repetitive stuff, maybe, just so I could see. But no dice. Okay, so we have.
I mean, all that it would really do, I mean, would it just change up whether or not the disfavored or the voices favor you more? It's just that it seems like you could have chosen either one, regardless of who you were. Unless you chose unwisely and say we're enemies of the chorus, yet chose them over the disfavored, and then had the chorus turn against you later, or I don't know.
Yeah, that could be awkward. Okay.
So what were your major choices? You burned up the Vellum Citadel. What would that have done with this mage dude? Or do you get like a random third party member depending on what you did?
With how specific this stuff is, I'd be really surprised.
Because I noticed that the portraits, were these portraits that you could have chosen yourself? Not Barrack and Verse.
I can choose my own portrait.
No, I know that you did, but was the portrait of the mage one that you could have chosen for yourself? Doesn't it look familiar?
I don't know. I doubt it would be reused. Rarely will CRPGs reuse portraits.
Because there were just so many varied faces you could have chosen, and it seemed like, I don't know. I don't know if you would have ended up with this sage guy if you hadn't torched the
okay, so
Vellum
if
Citadel.
if his portrait had been available, I would have used it.
But I saw that.
There was totally no.
There was definitely an old man, white beard one.
don't think so. I could be wrong.
I think you'll need to look into it.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be surprised if a number of the extra portraits weren't the other characters. If your third party member was
Did we
indeed
not knock her over?
another character, depending on what place you torched or destroyed.
Maybe. I don't know. That seems like too much work, though.
Yeah, it would, especially
'Cause,
because
like-
he does have.
I just need a foothold to get over that wall.
Okay. Oh, hey, because we level up, we lost our wounds. Okay, so I'm definitely digging the spell cooldown thing.
Okay.
Or, no. Here's the question. Do we have something that increases our lore? Because it might not be a bad idea to put
That's
points...
Strength, magic, defense.
It's only one lore, though. Yeah, let's keep going with this. I like casting spell cooldown.
What about your other characters? Don't they have level ups too?
A couple of them do, yeah. Okay, so two-handed weapon, no. That's just health. I guess let's go might, probably. And interestingly enough, control vigor. Oh, it's controlled by both of these. Okay. We'll keep working on that. I should probably give him some ability cooldown too. Okay, so we got him second breath. What else do we want? Erase the record's kind of tempting. Greater renewal, gifted healer. So renewal restores the party's weapon and armor, pristine condition. Yeah, I'm feeling greater renewal for the time being. It's either that or arcane shield. I think greater renewal is probably more helpful.
Okay.
Is that... Do we already have it? Oh, we already have it. Never mind then. Okay. Gifted
Yep,
healer.
go down the list then.
I guess we'll do... I mean, we could do, like, Sage and Quill. I guess we'll do Arcane Shield for the time being. Because I think that's just a nice buff. Okay. After Clash of Iron. Chance to attack enemies as they engage you. Let's do Fierce Demeanor.
Uh-huh. So they lose resolve.
Yeah, so as they're around him, they lose resolve along the way. Okay, now if I remember right, Cone of Magic is tempting.
Wait, oh, that was the one attacking and stuff.
Yeah, either that or we do Magical Prodigy. Let's actually do Magical Prodigy. So I can pick up some more spells
Higher
along
level
the way.
spells.
Yeah.